Welcome you students. Again I come up with a new question from Involute. So question is, an inelastic string of 100 mm long has its one end attached to the circumference of the circular disc of 40 mm diameter. Draw the curve traced out by the other end of the string when it is completely wound around the disc, keeping the string always tight. Name the curve obtained. Draw the tangent and normal at any point on the curve. See, some of the students always confuse the involute question with a cycloid. So in order to get good identity, how to stick on to the concept. So what about the cycloid concept? Yes, it's a curve traced by the point on the circumference of the circle when it rolls on the straight line path, or else horizontal table, or else a road. Am I right? When we come to the involute is a curve traced by the end of the string or thread when it unwound from the order circular object. Am I right? So here as well we have one circular disc. There as well, in the cycloid as well, we have one circular disc. So by seeing the circular disc, don't confuse it. Please just stick on to the concept and come with good idea and trace out the curve. Right? Fine. So as far as this question concerned, take the given data. Given data, string length is given. String length is given as 100 mm. 100 mm, and the diameter of the circle is given, which is 40 mm, 40 mm, and then we're going to unwind it and going to get the trace, right? Fine. So now check with the order circumferential length. Circumferential length. What about the length? As we know, it's pi into d, or else 2 pi r. In terms of r, if I say 2 pi r, right? 2 pi r. Do the calculation, we get pi into d, pi into 40, we get 125.6 mm, right? 125.6 mm. So see, the circumferential length is 125.6. and the string length given is what? 100, right? So this is a circle. If I take one tan, I need this much of length, which is 125.6. Am I right? For one complete revolution, I need 125.6. But the given string length is 100. That means it is not at all taking one complete turn, but before itself it is going to end because of shortage of length, right? Since it is 100, it is not taking one complete revolution, but before one complete turn, it's going to end. So when we are with a shortage of length, string length, when we unwind it, what is the trace? That we're going to find out here. Right? Fine. So here the string length is lesser than the circumferential length. Let us see what happening. So start with the circle first. So radius of the circle is nothing but 20. Take it in your compass and just go for a circle, right? So you get like this. You'll get like this. So it is with the center C. Now divide it into 8 equal parts, for which take a horizontal line through the center and go for a vertical line. By keeping your protractor measuring 90 degree, you can take the line like this, have 45 degree and go for a line as this manner, so that you shall divide it into 8 equal parts. So this is how we'll get it, right? So then give the names for each and every points on the circumference of the circle. So start from here, give in the anti-clockwise direction. This is a 1, this is a 2, 3, 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, and this is 8. What is next? Yes, we have to take the tangential line from each and every point. So by keeping your protractor as this manner in the 8th point, you can get the tangential line. By keeping your protractor at this manner in the line first, you can keep like this and read 90 degree and go for a tangential line. The same manner, from the 1 you can get it, from the 3 get a 90 degree line, from the 4 you can get a 90 degree line, from the 5 you can get a 90 degree line, from the 6 get it, from the 7 you get like this. Fine. Afterwards, take the string length, take the circumferential length. Here the string length is lesser and the circumferential length is higher, right? So first we can go with the circumferential length. Circumferential length is 125.6. Okay, maximum measurement first, capture it first. 125.6, which is a circumferential length, right? So from the 8th point in the tangential line, measure 125.6, something like this. So I'm gonna get my point here. Right? So this is a circumferential length, 125.6, ends with filled arrows, right? So now what you have to do is this circumferential length should be divided into 8 equal parts. So here is the shortage in length. So in which procedure I am going, just listen it carefully. Okay, I have taken here the circumferential length and I am going to divide this circumferential length into 8 equal parts. Right, so for which we can take the bisection, take more than half of it, go for a cut mark. From the other ends, go for a cut mark and drop a line 90 degree to it. Then now take the measurement. This is the segment we need to divide, so take more than half, go for cut mark. From the other end, have a cut mark. Same, repeat it on the other side. So if you drop it, you can divide it, which is 90 degree, right? And then again, each segment should be divided into equal parts. Take the measurement, more than half of it, go for a cut mark. Then drop it 90 degree to it, take more than half, get a cut mark, drop it, same manner, repeat it, you get like this, right? So now this is the first cut. So this is a 1 dash, this is a 2 dash, this is a 3 dash, this is a 4 dash, this is a 5 dash, this is a 6 dash, this is a 7 dash, and this is a 8 dash. What is done? Taken the circumferential length and we have divided into 8 equal parts. Now this string length to be embedded in this circumferential length. Okay, so what about the string length? It's 100. It's 100. If you take the measurement from the 8th point, so I shall say somewhere between 8 and 7 you will get the marking for 100 mm, right? In between 6 and 7. You get the string length. 100 mm. So this is the string length. Always end of the string should be captured with P. End of the string should capture with P. Remember it? String end should be captured with the P, and the circumferential length will always end with 8 dash. Remember it? Always the circumferential length will end with 8 dash and your string length will end with P, right? So now from this itself we can get the outcome of the profile. Since it is ending with between 6 and 7, in the profile somewhere between 6 and 7 it gonna end, right? Somewhere between 6 and 7 it gonna end, right? Let me see with the work. So now measure P to 1 dash, just measure it P to 1 dash and keep at 1 and go for a cut mark. This is a P1. Then measure P2 true dash and keep it true and go for a cut mark. This is a P2. Now take the measurement P2 3 dash and keep it 3 and go for a cut mark. This is a P3. Now take P2 4 dash and keep at the 4th point and go for a cut mark. Now measure P2 6 dash and keep at the 6th point and have a cut mark. So you will get like this. Okay. So approximately if I take, so P6 will be approximately here and this P4 will be approximately here, right? And P6 will be here, and if I take the point P, this is a P5, and if I take the point P, it is somewhere between 6 and 7, so it's gonna end between 6 and 7, right? So it's gonna take here somewhere between the 6 and 7, gonna take the things, right? So now just trace out the curve, starting with the P and going with the P1, and from the P2 come with P3, go with P4, trace it with the P5 and just connect it with the final point P6, right? Fine. So if you are confident enough, the outcome is very good with the profile of involute, you can go for a dark line with a HP pencil, right? Go for a dark line. This is a curve. So with a smooth hand, the dark line, you can obtain the curve like this. Next, what is next? Yes, tangent and normal, right? So what about the condition given in the question? Draw the tangent and normal at any point, right? At any point. So there is no condition. Last question we had a condition, but here at any point. So choose any point. I am just preferring here. This is my point M. M. What do you have to do? Yes, we have to take the line to center. So take the line to center. Take the line to center. Now, in order to get the normal, we need a semicircle. Am I right? So for that, you find the midpoint for midpoint of line CM. CM. So go for the bisection. This is the C and M is our length. So take more than half of the CM and go for a cut mark, both the sides above and below. From the opposite end with the same measurement, if you have a line arc, you will get an intersection, and if you connect a line, you get the midpoint of CM. So from that, by keeping the point of midpoint, and if you measure the M measurement and go for a arc, so that you could see the semicircle as this manner, it captured as this manner, right? So it cuts somewhere in the circle. Select that point, and by keeping your scale, just have a line with M. When you connect it, you will get a line like this. This is nothing but normal. Normal. Go for a dark line and name as N dash. It's a normal. What is next? Is tangent. So for that, keep your protractor. Go for a 90-degree line by choosing it. So you get like this, right? So this is a T dash tangent. So we have drawn our profile. So next, what we can do? Yes, dimensioning work, right? So here both the things we have captured. What about this circle? Dimension is 40, right? That should be done. So for that, take a leader line. I'm going to capture like this. Take the leader line. Right above the leader line as diameter 40. Then what we can do is we can name the curve. Since it is given in the question, we can name the curve. So for that as well, I am going to take the leader line. Anywhere on the curve, we can take the leader line like this, right above of the leader line involute. involutes. Now also we can capture about the normal n dash as normal and t dash as tangent, as well all dimensions are in mm. About the scale we can give the statement scale as 1:1. Okay, so I hope you understood how to work when the string length is shortage. When the string length is shortage, when we compare with the circumferential length, that means 1 time. I hope you understood. Thank you so much.